Inside the makerspace, you'll find several drill presses similar to this one. This one's actually located in the senior design lab, but it's very similar to the rest of them, so all the principles will apply. This drill press is a 25-inch step drill press. That's pulley based, which means that it's not variable speed. You actually have to change out the belt every time. Drill presses are very simple machines. They're not hard to use. One thing you got to keep in mind about using a drill press is the only action it's meant for is drilling actually down into a hole. It's not meant for side cutting at all, so do not put an end mill into this drill, into the drill press. When using the drill press, always have the safety guard down above the chuck key here. You can actually be raised and lowered using these little winglets on the side, and you can lower the drill press to cover whatever drill bit you have. The other thing is the chuck key here on the lower half here. We keep the key itself with the machine. Do not lose this key. These are not exactly easy to find. Also, when using the drill press, you either want to use a vise like the one that I have here, which is not attached. You need to make sure that you attach it using T-slots. Just ask a makerspace technician to help you, or to use a C-clamp. You're not allowed to use wood C-clamps. It has to be a metal C-clamp for your larger materials. When using materials, when you're doing you can cut through pretty much anything: steels, woods, aluminum, even composites like carbon fiber if you want to. Just be careful. A lot of that creates a lot of dust. There's also different ways to do it. If you do real thin sheet metal, using a regular twist drill can actually cause the material to be pulled up and spun around. If in case of that, you want to make sure to hit the stop button. Let's see what else is there. You also want to put good pressure when you're actually drilling. You don't want to slowly burn out the bit if you're doing harder materials like steel. If you're doing wood, you actually want to do kind of the opposite. Too hot, you might cause it to burn and catch fire. Other things, speed. So different materials and different size drill bits require different speeds. RPM is what I mean by speed. So steels actually like kind of a lower speed, especially with larger drill bits. If you're drilling, let's say, a 1-inch hole, you actually want to go pretty slow, somewhere close to 500 RPM, 400 RPM, and you want good pressure. But if you're doing wood and you're doing, like, let's say, a 3/8 hole, then you actually want that RPM to be much higher, somewhere close to 1800 RPM. Again, the RPM is something that you can change on the inside of this lid here. There's belts and pulleys. Okay. There's belts and pulleys in here, and there's actually a chart that tells you what the configuration needs to be to change out the RPM. If you do not know how to safely change out the belts, ask a makerspace technician to help you. They'll help you teach you how to do it and actually do it for you the first time and make sure you're good to go. Some other things, start and stop buttons. This is not a variable speed, so start goes on, stop turns it off. Remember, hit the stop if anything goes wrong. Your part comes up, you break a bit, it's wobbling incorrectly, anything. Hit the stop button. That's why it's here for you. Another thing, raising the table. You don't want to come all the way down with the Z. You want to be able to drill with just the closest to the actual head, so you have the most rigidity. In order to do that, you can raise the bed. So there's a lock here on the back. Just loosen him, and then there's a handle on the right side, which you can just simply rotate, and it will raise the entire bed. And then when you're done, make sure to lock it again. For the most part, that's how to use a drill press.